Ion.
Hello and welcome back again. This is Hell, I don't know, and I truly don't know what's going on right now, but we
Where
are
we
here.
been?
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
That like TikTok video that's been going around. Like, well, I'm back.
Yes, very much that energy.
Was the last episode? I actually don't remember.
It was definitely like in October.
October for sure. Yeah.
Well, so much happened.
So much. So much. But first, in case you guys forgot who we were, my name is Jordan. Nickie.
I'm Nickie.
I'm Darrell.
We're all back, and Nickie, what are we here for today?
We're gonna just do some catch up and kind of talk about the state of where we are as Americans in this very ghetto time. We've had a lot of life happening in the last 3 months. For those who didn't know, we all been beefing with each other. We've all had issues. We've been fighting, but now we're back together. That's absolutely not true. But we just have had life, holidays, and all kind of things happening. So we took an extended break, but we're back. So we'll kick it off. Darrell, tell us how you've been feeling.
Not great. I'm getting over still the flu. I had the flu. It was terrible. And I'm gonna go on record by saying if you ain't got your flu shot, please get your flu shot because it was the literal fucking worst. I had to call out of work for a good amount of time, and it wasn't even enjoyable. I'm so fucking sick.
Was it COVID
But
or?
no, it was the flu. It was just the flu.
Oh, just the
Well,
regular.
not just the flu. I have a recall I'm gonna put in my mouth when we're done doing this. But yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. So yeah, go get your flu shot if you can get your flu shot. But other than that, I've been great. I've been great. My personal life is amazing. My friends are great. My family's great. I had a amazing Christmas break. I got to not really meet because I knew her, but I got to hang out in person with my brother's girlfriend over the Christmas break, which was really nice. Love her. Shout out to Marie. Yeah, it was great. I'm blessed and highly favored on today, so I don't have any complaints.
Okay,
That's good.
Darrell, that's nice. What about you, Jordan?
Woof. From October till now, a lot. I feel like a lot and not a lot has happened all at the same time. But I would say, um, I am a little bit all over the place. Like I would say, November and December was good. I had a nice Christmas. Family was kind of like a lot though, so that was kind of like a lot to deal with. But um, my parents did come here to Chicago, so that was fun, and they enjoyed my space and everything, so that was great to do. Um, New Year, me and Nickie hung out, so that was cool. Did some random karaoke slash game place that was different for New Year. So entered the New Year in a different way. So and then now we're in this shit storm of everything that's going on now. So I'm trying to deal with that. Also, my job is like constantly in the news every day. So I'm also it's a lot going on with that too. So here we are. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm in a wave of things.
I get that. Welcome to America and living this very ghetto life that has been bestowed upon us. I guess it's my turn to share. Life has been, I don't know. I'm a very type A personality. I'm usually very organized and planned, and my life has been anything but the sort. For the past, I don't know, 5.5 months. But yeah, you know what? I am grateful though because I feel like I've learned and grown a lot in this season. Um, I did go home for Christmas, not very long. I did hang out with Jordan for New Year's. And then we're waiting for Darrell to buy his plane ticket to come back to Chicago, which he has yet to do. Because, he's a liar. But yeah, other than that, it's been great.
First of all, whoa. As y'all can see, I'm in my peaceful era. I'm in my Zen Darrell era. I am not causing chaos today. First of all, I literally never lie. I actually do plan on coming to Chicago. Nickie has not once heard from me that I'm not going. So that's just him being petty and a bit of a mess today. So I just want to go on record right now. Doesn't matter. I want to go on record and I want to go ahead and say, before he gets into this shit today, that Nickie might be messy and petty today, but I will not be returning that energy. I am Zen Darrell. 2025, I am calm, I am Zen, and I ain't doing that shit no more. Now we're done.
I like how the message, I like how it was calm Darrell, Zen Darrell, but it was anything but the sort of that. So
it got very abrasive.
You know what? And that's the last time you'll hear it. Actually, it's probably not. But, we'll see.
Yeah,
that's the goal. Okay. We can only do what we can only try. In 2025, that's our mantra. We're going to fucking try. That's our mantra.
Yeah. Going to do our best. Doing the best I can with what I got.
That's all I got.
So, okay. So I'm leading us today. And I just kind of want us to kind of think about this. The last time all three of us were together on a podcast, Trump had not won the election.
Simpler times in life.
Was it? It feels more like if you hate roller coasters and you get on a roller coaster and you go up and up and up and up, and you're gonna fucking hate it when it goes down, and you get all the way to the top and then it goes down, and you say maybe it's not gonna be that bad, and then it's fucking terrible. That's what it's like. This is exactly what it feels like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Our last episode was about the presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
Which didn't even fucking matter because...
Wow. We have been gone a very, very long time. So let's talk about that. How do you guys feel about where we are in like the state of America as on January 23rd, we're recording this. He's been in office for 3 days. And what are we thinking?
Can I flee and go somewhere else that's not America? Or like be somewhere completely remote and like not even on the map at this point.
Yeah. I think I want to learn how to like grow my own food. So like I can go live like off the grid at this point, because what is the point of life?
Yeah, I'm gonna be so real. I am in a state of just constant like frustration. I don't want to say I'm scared. I'm not scared, but I am like, I don't know. I'm just anticipating, like I'm maybe a little bit of dread. I don't know. It's just like the energy around the country right now is very negative. I think all of us feel it, and maybe not all of us. People that voted for Trump probably don't feel it. And I want to be clear and say that like my differing perspective on this is that I'm not going to say that like I recognize that you can be an okay person and had voted for this cretin. I recognize that, right? So I'm not saying that just because you voted for Trump, you're a terrible person. You probably have a astounding level of cognitive dissonance, but you might not be a terrible person. That being said, for a lot of people, exactly what we were fearing was going to happen when he became president, he is now signaling it's going to happen. And the entirety of the time where they were trying to tell us, like, no, he's not racist, he's not homophobic, he's not xenophobic, he's not this, he's not that. The entire time they kept gaslighting us, trying to tell us that Project 2025 wasn't fucking real.
And here it is.
We are. And here we are.
It's very real.
And the price of eggs has gone up since he got in office.
He said, what did he say about that? He was like,
I don't care about that.
To do that. It's just going to be very hard to do that.
But no, like even yesterday he met with Sean Hannity when they were talking about like when they were he was upset that Joe Biden pardoned his entire family. And he was like, why did he do that? He had very bad advice. He was like, but sir, people put you in office because the price. He's like, I don't care about that. I care about Joe Biden pardoning his family. I was like,
I think that's why we're in a lot of things that we're in right now, because we're focusing all of our attention on all the wrong things and things that literally don't matter. Everything that he's done thus far, that he's already implemented. Also, too, I feel like I'm getting breaking news every 5 seconds on my phone. I'm just like, a break.
So
just give me
annoying.
1 second where you're not
So
implementing something else. But I just feel like everything has been like not of importance. So, and also too, the whole TikTok being banned for 12 hours, like that was complete. Like we all know what that was.
Propaganda is what it was. It was propaganda.
It's just ridiculous.
Oh, gross. Actually, can we say that? Actually,
what?
Because are we gonna put this on TikTok?
Oh, I mean, well, maybe not that part, but anyway, but like, well, what's sad is like California, people have lost pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Trump don't give a flying rat's behind.
And there's like a fire or two still happening. Like these things, it's not like it actually hasn't stopped. The media might have stopped covering it, but it's still like happening very much. Yeah. So, and he's just like, yeah, anyway, so no more DEI.
Right?
Like, okay.
We're like to the point where like we're being gaslit so much that like one of Trump's besties can do a Nazi salute, and then we all be gaslit into thinking that's not what it was. And then even though we literally all watched him do it, like I'm going to be perfectly honest and say I sat on my couch with my friend and I was like, before I say specifically that that's what this is, can I rack my brain around anything else that it could have been? Like, can I wrap my brain around maybe he just did that as like maybe he just did it as like a way to say bye? I don't fucking know. No, he did a Nazi salute. He absolutely did a Nazi salute, and is backed up by the fact that he acts like a Nazi. So it's not if Barack Obama had done it, we wouldn't have assumed that's what it was because he doesn't back that up. That's not his character. That's not what he does. But Elon Musk has made it very clear who he is, and he very much showed us exactly who he is. And for whatever reason, we're like being gaslit. That's not real, and that's really kind of a running theme for this entire administration. Like being gaslit to think that our worries and our fears are unjustified, and they absolutely are not. So I'm not looking forward to the next 4 years at all. At all.
Whew. I'm not either. And what's so hilarious to me in all of this, there's two things. When Trump and Elon, because Elon's essentially the vice president, if we just want to, he's probably the president, if we're being honest.
President Musk.
After they won, he basically said, people who voted for us, you're too dumb to do the work we need you to do. So we're actually gonna do some visas for people who are actually Indian and Chinese to do the work that you're too dumb to do.
Right.
But yet but we're gonna give you something. We're gonna tell you DEI is discriminatory against you.
Right.
Not even just dumb. He didn't even say just dumb. He said dumb and lazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And lazy.
He said dumb
Don't
and
lazy. The lazy part.
I'm like,
and he's not even American.
He's not even American. Like
he's not.
You motherfuckers really pick and choose just based on pure racism. Just based on pure racism. Which type of immigrants are okay? Which type of people are okay? You just pick and choose. Elon Musk basically said, yeah, we're not getting rid of all immigrants, just like the ones we don't like.
The ones that are this color.
Right. And I'm just like, I just like, there's just a certain, like I said, a certain level of cognitive dissonance you have to still support this man and this administration. And at this point, it doesn't even matter because he won. So it's like, and he's gotten everyone in bed with him. That's what makes this scarier. Like, this is like, his first term, I think, was scary, but also he didn't know what he was doing. I mean, he still don't know what he's doing, but he's learned more. He's learned more. Like, he's learned how to turn this into oligarchy. He has every major tech person on his side. He's gotten all social media on his side. All of these companies that were so excited about DEI during Black Lives Matter and knew that their stocks would go down if they didn't follow suit have now changed course completely and decided not to. Although Target and Costco are they standing on business?
I saw that.
Let me tell you something. I ain't shopped at Costco in years. I suddenly need 96 rolls of toilet paper. Okay.
And Apple too. Apple stood on business. Chase stood on business. Goldman Sachs stood on business. There's a few, but what I don't think people have realized, no one's talking about. Trump is actually trying to attack free speech. Mm-hmm. How? Yes. If we think about it, like he has all of the social media platform CEOs, owners in his back pocket, knowing that's where the majority of people get their news from. Mm-hmm. Like that's a bigger issue. I don't think people are actually understanding that he is about to control what people think, see, and feel through the power of social media, which is honestly kind of why, like, I don't know about you guys, like I am not really paying a bunch of attention on Instagram anymore. I'm not really strolling there a lot. My Facebook is dust unless it's old people. And since like the TikTok ban, I really haven't been on there either. I've been reading.
Yeah. I think that might be the more important thing to do right now because they're controlling everything. Like my whole TikTok is completely different now. Even when it came back, I said, oh, I can't hardly search for anything anymore. Everything is restricted or has
that live button is gone. Like the live, because all that's gone.
I said this is all controlling. And again, it was like I knew from the beginning this was what the end game was with Elon from the beginning. I said this is all a plan to start controlling all social media platforms so everyone can feed us the information they want. Like I said, you can't even look at fires anymore. It's gone.
It's completely gone. And like it was so funny because I made a TikTok video yesterday just asking, I was being very petty and a menace, which is my nature. I was asking Black people and people of color who voted for Trump how they felt about him getting rid of DEI programs, the thing that actually benefit them. And then one YT person, like the letters Y and T, commented and said, well, we all know that they weren't skilled, so this is getting rid of them. So I made a response video and said, who is we?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm going to read you her comment because I was like, oh, games are being played. Her comment says, might be, but we know they weren't chosen because they were the most skilled. They were chosen because of their DEI characteristics. Like, that's literally what she responded to me. And I made a video with, like, who is we? And how do we categorize we?
It's like, you can't win for losing with these people. Mm-hmm. Like, you can be the most educated in the room. You can have all the qualifications. You can have done all the work. You could have traveled as far as you had to travel within whatever journey you're going on to get where you need to go. And dumbass fucking Becky's like that bitch will still sit here and try to discredit you and say that DEI exists to put people in places they don't belong. Most white people in places that they don't belong, most of these people that don't in places that don't belong are actually white. You know how hard it is for people of color to get to these positions? Even with these 1965 protections still in place, it's still very, very difficult. I know we all know this. I'm preaching to the choir, but it's like, for somebody to fix their mouth to say some shit like that, or fix their fingers to say some shit like that, and actually mean it without recognizing the hypocrisy in the statement that they're making, that quite literally our president is not qualified to be president, quite literally our vice president is not qualified to be president, quite literally the majority of the incoming cabinet, if they get approved, will not be fucking qualified. They're just friends with Donald Trump.
JD Vance is our age. He's 39 years old. I'm not 39.
I'm not also 39 either.
Well, he's a millennial. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's holding the second highest office in the country. But what they don't realize is, like, these discriminatory, even though those laws are put in place, there's still discriminatory practices that are in place. I can give you a prime example. I am still on the job market, but when I go back to 2017, 2016, and I was using my full name, Nickie Floyd, I was getting turned down for jobs. I dropped Nickie and went to Nick. The same people I applied for previously are now interviewing me or calling for interviews because I changed my name. We still have discriminatory practices with our names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that who's being discriminated against? It's not white people.
It's definitely not.
I'm not even like that's not even like that's just pure racism. It's just pure blatant racism.
Call it what
doesn't
it
matter
is.
what it doesn't matter what people do. You're gonna just think that people are inferior to you. You're gonna think that, which is so bizarre, that any white person would think that any person of color is inferior to them. But that's a whole another conversation. But like you're just fucking racist. Like you're just fucking racist. You just in general think that white people are the superior race. Which I don't feel that there is one. There's no superior race. We're all just fucking people who happen to have different skin colors, who exist under a caste system that have put us in these places where some of us have to work a little bit harder than others. And if you don't understand, black people who voted for Donald Trump, I personally think they don't give a shit about the DEI initiatives being taken back because they don't really think it affects them. I don't
or
think
know what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Or even really know what it is. I genuinely think that a lot of black people that voted for Donald Trump, maybe they do actually think racism no longer exists in America. They may actually think that. They may actually think, which is, again, cognitive dissonance is going to be the word for today, because I don't know how you could be a black person in America and think racism just doesn't fucking exist and then vote for somebody that enables it. But, like, I genuinely think that they just feel like the closer they get to like their proximity to whiteness will keep them safe. If they do recognize that racism does exist and they're just thinking that the closer they get to that side, get with the winning team. Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, Soulja Boy, get with the winning team.
Yep.
That
was
might
all
just
money.
be that might just be their I mean, and honestly, I respect you more if you just say that. Honestly, there's no part of me that will ever respect Candace Owens. But I can tell that Candace Owens is aware enough to know that she's full of shit. And I think that she literally just said, I'm getting with the winning team. And she got there and she's built a platform off of ignorance towards her own people. If you just admit that, I respect you more. Not that you need my little old respect, but like, just be fucking honest and say that I got with the winning team.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me tell you something right now. Hi, my name is Nickie Floyd, and I will be following everything they're doing economically and be doing the same exact thing this go around in this election. Because why are we trying to do right when they don't do right? Like, I follow this platform where I actually can see what stocks politicians are actually investing in and which ones they're dropping. And like, it's fascinating because you're seeing people throw $1 million in this stock, $500,000 into this stock. And like a stock a lot of people been buying lately, Amazon. And like,
Interesting.
it's so fascinating that our Congress people are literally doing insider trading because they are actually buying stocks for committees that they're sitting on, and no one is saying anything. So I was like, as a black person, they're not going to help us. Let's help ourselves. Let's figure out what they're doing and do the exact same things that they're doing. Because like at this point, we are made very aware that our government, our policies, our presidents, our cabinets, our Congress people are not in support of us. So we got to kind of figure out how to do this ourselves, because at this rate, it's every man for himself. Dog eat dog world.
Yes, definitely every man for himself.
Well, I will say, in an effort to be somewhat positive, I do think. Why you look at me like that?
I'm trying.
Ain't no damn positive.
Don't make me call you that name.
You won't. We'll never speak again. In an effort to be somewhat positive, I do think that one good thing that has come out of this is that I don't know if the two of you have experienced this, but I do feel a slight sense of community. I think that like when we first community of people that recognize how hard this is going to be and are moving forward to like taking care of each other and making sure that we're all like getting what we need and making sure that we're connected in this space of like we know this is going to be hard for us, because at the end of the day, like I was myself included, when Kamala lost, I shouldn't say when Kamala lost, when Donald won, I went into this whole thing of like who to blame because I was upset, and part of me wanted to suss out people like my own people, like straight black men that like voted for Donald Trump. But honestly, black people voted overwhelmingly for Kamala Harris. So like that's not really that's not who we should be angry at, to be frank. And so I say all that to say, because of that, there's this collective unity that I have started to kind of feel in the social space about how we all feel about what the next 4 years are going to be. And I've seen, Black people don't take shit seriously. So I've seen like the jokes that are being made out of this, the memes, and like the efforts to like bring some sort of joy out of this while recognizing that it's going to be hard for the next few years. And I think that type of unity is what will carry us through these 4 years and hopefully into another place in 4 years. I think that when we all experience this collectively together, we will then collectively decide at the end, all right, how do we move past this? So if I can think of anything positive that has come out of this, and it's a small positivity, but I think that's.
I'm going to add an addendum to that. And then Jordan, I'm sorry, were we about to say something unless I cut you off?
Oh, go ahead. No.
I think it's a collective group of people. We've always kind of had it hard as Black folks, and we've always kind of just had to make ends meet, do what we know how to do to make ourselves come up. And I kind of feel like we're going to continually be in that same boat. What I think is actually going to happen this go round is white people are going to feel how hard this is, and that's where we're going to start a revolution.
I was going to say, I think it's actually going to be kind of more of the reverse, in the sense of like, because this time around we're not like having you join our groups or anything like that. I think they're going to feel a lot of like distance from us, and in certain areas, and especially in places that they're going to realize they actually need us in spots. And I think they're going to feel the wrath of that.
Oh, we saw it with like so they did. I don't know if it actually happened because I don't think it got any coverage. But there was supposed to be a women's march that happened.
Oh,
did it actually happen?
No,
I don't think it happened. No.
I don't think so.
Well, do you know, like, a big part of that is because Black women says we're not doing this.
Right. And
Black women said this is y'all fight. We did what we need to do at the polls. Y'all handle this, and look what happened. No support. Did you watch the inauguration, Darrell?
No, I watched one of them days star Kiki Palmer and SZA.
Jordan, did you watch the inauguration?
I absolutely did not.
I didn't either. And like it's funny. Trump had a lower inauguration viewership than Beyonce had at the Beyonce Bowl.
I didn't know that. Is that real?
Yes.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
Dang. I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
People tuned in on Christmas Day. 27 million people tuned in to watch Beyonce. But a day that people were off work.
Nobody watched the inauguration.
I mean, collectively. Every single person I spoke to said they were not watching that and they were protecting their peace that day. And I absolutely supported that.
And also, I want to keep in mind, more than likely, people watch Beyonce with multiple people because you were at your family's house for Christmas. So she probably actually had more viewership than what was actually reported. Trump?
Well, I think also what his team and what Republicans and what maggots keep forgetting is that Donald Trump did not gain any new voters. He didn't pull anybody to his side. He didn't America didn't choose Donald Trump. America chose to not go along with the Democrats. And there's a huge difference. A lot of people just didn't fucking vote. They just didn't vote because they didn't like the choice, which we're not going to get to that because whatever. But my main point is that like that kind of stuff makes sense to me because he still doesn't have the support that it would seem like he has since he won the election. He still don't have. Donald Trump is still looked at very negatively in the United States. His approval ratings are still not very high at all. Like he's not very favorable amongst most of us. It's just that people just didn't fucking vote. And he actually, I feel like he lost some votes, actually. I might be wrong about that. But like, I feel like I was reading somewhere that he lost some votes. Either way, I think that I'm hoping that the Republicans that are not fucking insane, and there are, I believe, a few left in the House and the Senate, I'm hoping that they can maybe put some reins on this man. And like, I'm hoping that, he doesn't move us to a place that will affect American politics for the next, 50, 60 years that we can't move back from. Um, that is, I realize that is, a lot of hope that I'm putting
I was
in
going,
people.
I was going to say that's a lot of hope for these
I
folks.
know, I know, I know. I'm hoping though. I mean, they got to recognize at some point. Some of them, I don't believe that all Republicans are evil. I don't believe that. Short-sighted, maybe, but not evil. There have to be some House Republicans that say we got to calm this man down. Like we can't let him. Now, granted, they're pretty spineless in general. They've kind of proven that. But I think when it starts to affect them personally, which I think that this administration it will, maybe they won't be so spineless.
I honestly think we should go back to 2004, 2003 era of living. And what I mean by that is like the era where like before social media, before we started giving all people all of our ideas and letting them run with it, before people started monetizing off of our creations. I mean, people always done it, but like it's happening a lot more now. And what I'm saying is like I look on social media now, especially like even TikTok, and as Jordan called me out so eloquently a couple months ago on TikTok about how I stay on TikTok. Even being on TikTok now, I am just like aimlessly just strolling by because I'm not interested in anything. And I really do think if people of color decide to say, you know what, we're going to just isolate ourselves completely and let y'all do y'all, I think they would kill each other the next 3 months.
Well,
I,
I will say, no, go ahead, Jordan.
no, I was just going to say I really do believe if we really came together more and like stopped supporting a lot of things, I think they would just feel this in a lot more ways, and I think it can make some kind of impact. But it's just hard to get everybody on the same page. So
Yeah,
I do also think that there's like that. Also, again, this is me trying to be positive, but like this next 4 years, you can't blame Democrats for shit. Whatever happens in the country, you can't blame Democrats for shit. This is Republicans. This
right.
is the Republican administration. Everything that happens is because of them motherfuckers. And I do think that that is actually a positive thing because they will start infighting. They've already started infighting. They were
Yeah.
very upset when Elon Musk and Vivek I'm going to pronounce butcher his name.
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy. Well, he's trash. So when those two spoke about the immigrants that they like, you remember that? They spoke about the immigrants that they like, and the Republicans was like, wait a minute, we don't like immigrants, period. And they were just basically like, no. We like certain ones. They're already infighting. They're already trying to figure out how to put the reins on these people. So I do predict like they are not going to be able to run the country successfully for 4 entire years. These are not good people. These are not strategic people. These are not intelligent people for the most part. These are maniacal people, and these are yes men. They're not going to be able to effectively run the country for the next 4 years, and I fully anticipate them tearing each other apart.
Oh, for sure.
I agree. But okay. For me, I'll say what I'm actually expecting for the next 4 years and what my plans are going to be for the next 4 years. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do the same thing and kind of share with our viewers, whoever they may be at this point, because, we've been gone for forever. And just kind of say,
my cousin told me over Christmas that he watches our podcast. So shout out, PJ.
people told me that as well. But like,
I think where y'all at?
We're coming back. We're back now. I think for me, I am really going to focus on just Blackness in every form possible way that I can and stop trying to feed corporations as much. I mean, I'm not an idiot. Like, I love Amazon. I buy a lot of things off of Amazon. It's going to be really hard for me to stop buying things on Amazon. But I'm going to look for Black people who sell on Amazon. Because I think if we really want to make some change, we kind of just going to have to protect ourselves as a community of people and not really focus on other people to do things for us. And I think that's kind of where I'm putting my energy these next 4 years because, listen, if they built a Black Wall Street and it got burned down, but it was successful, I don't see why we as a collective body of people now with the amount of intelligence that we possess and all of that couldn't change our own situation aside from whiteness. That's where I'm going. What about you guys? What are you guys hoping for?
I'm gonna probably piggyback off that a little bit. I'm just gonna say In the words of Issa Rae, I'm rooting for everybody black, but at the same time, with exemptions of people like Diddy and things like that, I don't
Monster.
support. I don't support that blackness, but I support everything else in the positive world. But
Mhm.
at the same time, yeah, definitely. I literally was just saying this with my other friends. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm just going to shift focus here a little bit on
Mhm.
where I put my money at and make sure it's in spaces that least benefit us and help take us to higher places. Because again, like I said, I really do feel like we're in a every man for himself. Even though, even too, I agree with you, Darrell. I have seen a little bit of a more with community and stuff too, with everything that's going on. So I feel like the balance of that, I think, is kind of where I'm trying to focus myself on, and then also to figuring out how I can make money with myself and not through these corporations and things like that, because I just truly don't trust any of them.
Yeah.
So
Same.
yeah.
Very much fair. That, but also, I think for me, what I plan on doing is really two things. One, I really want to lean in, be there for, be a part of, help and support any marginalized community that can be affected by this administration. I think that like it's very important to show like I'm gonna be honest and say I haven't always showed up for myself or people like me and in different marginalized communities. Sometimes I have felt very safe and privileged, so I didn't feel the necessity to. But you know, we live and we learn, and I think that over the next 4 years, there's a lot of people that are going to need a lot of support. Myself, is, you know, we know that I exist in a few intersectionalities of marginalized groups, and I think that even outside of that, there are other people like loving on trans people. Really, really, really need a love for me specifically loving on trans people because they are going through a lot right now. Their very existence, their literal very existence is a political issue. And that is trash to me. Like it literally like I literally almost want to cry because it just like breaks my heart that you could outright the president of the United States outright said these people don't we're not recognizing them as people. That is wild to me.
And what's
So
crazy is,
loving on
sorry.
so loving on marginalized groups that I may or may not be a part of, that is my plan. And then two, very quickly, very efficiently, I am going to block out the negativity. It's really hard on social media to keep and you know because we keep getting these alerts, we keep seeing these things and blah, 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 and all they do, and I really think this is by design, is make us angry. It makes us angry when we keep seeing all of this stuff. I am intentionally staying off of the areas of social media that feed into my anger because I don't have. It's too hard. It's overwhelming sometimes. I'm terrible about reading the comments. I be reading the comments and I be getting pissed at people, and I'm like, I never comment back. I have never been a Facebook warrior. I ain't never been somebody to go back and forth with
I
somebody
have.
on social media.
I have.
I'm not about to do all that. You're not about to get me to sit down and take time to formulate a response to your ignorance. I'm not going to do that. But I do be getting pissed, be like, damn, people really be dumb as hell. But I'm not doing that no more. I'm not reading the comments. I'm being very intentional. In fact, I already went and unfollowed so many political pages, even people that are left leaning, because their content aims to outrage too. Like I don't mean it in a negative way, but like sometimes their content is reliant upon us being angry, and I get that it's not malicious, but it's also just not healthy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Quick question:
those two things I'm doing.
Did any of you guys get the automatic follows of like the political people?
Not just automatic follows, Jordan. Oh no. I unfollow the vice president on Instagram. One of my friends
Same.
DM me and was like, "Why are you still following him?" I was like, "What?" Went back. Instagram refollowed him for me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I had to unfollow him like 4 times, and I still
Yeah.
have nightmares of thinking that is he still am I going to be followed by him again? So
Literally, multiple people messaged me and was like, Darrell, Jeremy messaged me. Jeremy's a partner. Jeremy messaged me and was like, did you mean to follow JD Vance? I said, absolutely, in no fucking way. I hope he croaks. I did not mean to follow that man. And then I did like all y'all said, I unfollowed him immediately once I saw. I mean, I understood what it was. Like changing administrations, that was the official handle. That kind of does make sense. But as soon as I saw that I followed him, I unfollowed that man, and then I was still following him, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Wow," because Mark Zuckerberg.
And they try to say, and they try to claim and say that's not what happened. That they said some bullshit that I was like, okay, so we all just are experiencing the same thing. Like,
Trying to
please.
gaslight us already. It's only been 3 days.
Yeah.
Stop
Already.
gaslighting.
What I have also done is when I am on TikTok, I have decided Black content creators, I'm going to watch their stuff all the way through, so my algorithm can change to people who look like me.
That makes sense.
Actually get let them make money from the creator fund on that app, because like we have to help each other. And watching a video all the way through, even if I just put the phone down and just letting you do whatever you want to do, because I feel like we can make little change like that. Doesn't cost anything but a little bit of time to actually get help and kind of lift people up. And I think that's some things that I'm doing. And I'm also looking at all of these streaming sites, because Netflix price is going up again. Hulu's is already $20. Like, we're basically paying almost $200 a month in streaming services now,
which is
that's
crazy.
a whole different conversation, and I'm gonna get around that, amen. Because this is crazy. Like, we're living in a world that I think, like, do they want us to die? Is that what everyone wants to happen?
I think so.
Maybe it's a possibility.
I really do. I really think there's some elimination process happening here. So, and again, I think it's starting with LA, to be honest with you. So that's just me.
It's just honestly, like, I know it's so performative sometimes, but I do genuinely mean this. Like, my heart really does go out to anybody that lost their, even if I don't agree with you politically, even if I know you got 4 or 5 houses, it's still like my heart goes out to anybody that lost lost anything or anyone there. We know my brother lives in LA. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. But like, not everyone he knows is. And like, I just think that that's just like, it's so terrible that like that, and our response to that, like the government response to that, has been quite trash.
Horrible.
And I really hope that really hope that we get to a place where we can take care of each other better, because that was heartbreaking. And I was literally I was working, but like in the middle, I had taken like a little break today, and I saw that Tyra Banks had lost her home, and she didn't go to social media to say anything about it. She didn't. And she straight up said, I recognize that there are other people whose voices need to be magnified right now, so I didn't say anything. But she was doing an interview, and they said to all the people who've lost their home, she's like, I'm one of them. You know what I mean? Like, that's, regardless of if you're a millionaire, whatever, losing your home is a big deal. Like, losing, even if you have multiple homes, it doesn't matter. Like, that's so heartless for me to feel like people can say, like, well, they have multiple homes, it doesn't matter. You losing your home is a big fucking deal. And the majority of people that lost their homes are not just rich people.
Yeah.
So like,
and
let's not be heartless.
A home is generational wealth. And there were complete communities of people who didn't have a bunch of money, who had homes that they had in the 60s and 70s that they just updated and improved to give to their kids when they die, because they know a home in Compton goes for $1 million now. In Compton. So like, it's not just people like, well, they're all celebrities. No, they're not. That was one neighborhood. So my heart goes out to them as well.
Let's not be dicks, y'all. Let's not be dicks.
Right.
Don't be dicks.
I don't understand how anyone couldn't feel compassion for that. So that's crazy.
But at the same time, we all have to kind of roll this thing together, because everyone is pretty much going through something at some point in life, and we kind of just need to have more compassion and do the things that will protect your peace, do the things that will protect your friends' peace, love on each other. Also, you can do small things. We can stop giving our money to all these corporations. I don't know if you noticed this, Jordan. Have you noticed that, like, I'm not really going out to eat anymore? I'm like, I'll cook, or I'll come over your house and doing like hangouts with our friends to have building deeper connections, because we're just feeding a corporate system that don't really care about us anymore at this point, in my opinion. But
I agree. Totally.
Yeah. Well, we're back, guys. Next week, we will be making some Grammy predictions about who takes home some awards, because the Grammys actually happens next week. I'm really excited to watch. I don't know about you guys. How are you guys feeling?
Wait, the Grammys happen next week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next Sunday.
What day?
The February 2nd.
February 2nd is next Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. Why is the year going by so fast?
Let these next 4 years go fly by.
No. I'm in my mid-30s. I ain't trying to let these I ain't trying to be 40 yet.
In 4 years, I'll be 36. That's fine for me.
Whatever.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. The Grammys are next Sunday, and then the Oscars are when?
March.
Oh,
But it's Grammys, then it's Super Bowl.
y'all don't give a fuck about the Super Bowl.
I'm going to watch Kendrick. I'm going to the concert in June.
Yeah.
No.
The halftime show. The halftime show we're excited for.
Yeah.
I mean, I think who is singing all the other stuff?
Wait, when is the Super Bowl?
The weekend after, like the 9th.
Oh, I guess I should get a plane ticket this. Am I going?
Like
you better be coming.
No, that's the plan. Let me go look at these.
who's performing at the Super Bowl? Let's see. It's Kendrick. I know Kendrick's doing halftime. Who's doing the other stuff?
It's just Kendrick.
No, like America the Beautiful.
Oh, you mean like
Oh.
Child? I'm not trying to. I know we about to go, but did y'all see Carrie Underwood?
I didn't watch it.
I saw that, but it was one. It was awful. That's for starters. Two, Kamala in the back had me screaming.
What was she doing, Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, her facial expression. Her face just said it all. There's just been so many like on Twitter, so many like different things of people saying like she would have had Beyonce. She was thinking to herself, y'all could have had Beyonce or all these other people. So,
Y'all could have had Beyonce.
but y'all had Carrie Underwood, who was definitely sounding a hot ass mess the entire time.
Which is crazy because up until
Because she can actually sing.
She can. Up until she decided to vote to perform for that man, I actually really enjoyed her.
And again,
I said,
this
you know
is
what
happens when you side with the evil. This is what happens. Took your voice.
all of those. I was like, I saw on social media Billy Ray Cyrus performance as well, and like,
I
when
didn't know he performed.
oh my god, at the Freedom Ball, when I tell you these performances were so bad, it was like, you know what? It's like God. I'm not gonna say God because he ain't petty like that, but it's literally like that.
We can say God wiped out the whole earth with water, and he said, "Next time I'll do my big one. I'm doing fire."
Maybe that was ill-timed. So,
oh my God, I didn't think about that. I'm sorry.
On that note, I'm just gonna end what I was about to say. I think we can wrap it up right here.
Oh my God. Why did I say that?
And that is a wrap. That's a wrap on Hell I Don't Know before we get canceled.
Right.
So
just so you know, I'm laughing because it's awkward, not because I think it's funny.
Yeah, me too. I don't mean that. I'm so sorry. My bad. It was an accident. But that's what the Bible does say.
well, okay.
Let's
wrap it
Well,
up.
we'll see you guys next week for grand predictions, and we'll try to get back on schedule. We'll see what happens. Bye.